KOIN 6 News this morning starts right now with this traffic alert.
Well, welcome to KOIN 6 News. We're coming up on 6 o'clock, and there's no other way to say it. Traffic is just a mess this morning. This is a live look at current conditions on Interstate 84 westbound this morning. This is our live view from Mobile 6. Phase 2 of ODOT's Big Fix is underway this morning. That's causing massive problems out there, but there's more. Yeah,
not the only problem for sure. Police activity has a detour drivers are supposed to use to get around the construction shut down. So we want to get to Carly Kennelly to break all of this down for us. Carly, this is a disaster out there.
Yeah, it's looking bad. I've even seen desperate drivers turning around on I-84 westbound, heading the wrong way on the shoulder just to get back to an exit where they can get off the freeway. So drivers are not happy, and it really is a mess out there on I-84 and I-5. So let me show you what's going on. Police are dealing with a jumper. That jumper is on the I-84 westbound ramp to I-5 southbound. Well, that was the detour for the ramp closure that's in place. That ramp closure is I-84 westbound to I-5 northbound. So since that ramp is already closed and now there's a jumper on the other ramp, I-84 westbound is completely shut down. Again, that's westbound only, completely shut down there before I-5. It's been that way for well over an hour. That's why drivers are so desperate here, because they are stuck, just lined up all the way back to 82nd and I-205. I would not get on I-84 westbound at all. I-5 is also closed. It's closed in both directions between the Fremont and the Markham bridges because of that jumper right there at the I-5, I-84 interchange. So you will need to take I-405 to detour the I-5 closure, and we're seeing a big backup on I-5 southbound through North Portland because of the I-5 closure. Again, that affects both directions. On top of that, there's a truck fire that's blocking most of the lanes on I-84 eastbound at Halsey. Only the left lane's getting by there. So let's take a look outside. Here's the interchange. You can see traffic in the distance there at a complete standstill on I-84 westbound. It's all closed off before I-5, and it has been that way for a long time. So drivers have been sitting in this parking lot for a while, not moving at all. Now look at these desperate drivers turning around here, heading the wrong way on the shoulder just to get out of this mess. So this is I-84 at Lloyd Center. Once one driver starts it, they all seem to follow, it seems, on that in that right lane, and they're trying to just desperately get off the freeway. I-5 closed in both directions between the Fremont and the Markham bridges. You can take the Markham Bridge northbound and merge onto I-84 eastbound if you need to head east out to the airport. And this is I-84 eastbound at Halsey. Notice only the left lane is getting by because of a truck fire there. So really, it is the mess, and it is a mess. And Elise is actually stuck in this in KOIN Mobile 6. I know you've been sitting there for a while, just munching on snacks, right? Just to kill some time.
That's all we can do, and listen to some music. So what do they say? Like, when it rains, it pours. So it is pouring right now. It is awful. We are actually in park, if that tells you anything about how fast we are moving or not moving at all. So we know that the construction's been going on a couple weeks, and this week starts 2 critical closures, and that's what part of all of this hang-up is, amongst other crazy things. So go ahead and take a look at our view, and it's been our view for the past hour now. We have not moved since we last talked, and this is because starting today, I-84 westbound ramp to I-5 northbound is closed, and it's going to stay like that for more than a week. And on top of all of that, ramps I-84 westbound between I-205 and I-5 are also shut down. And then to add more to the headache, starting tomorrow night at 10, ODOT is closing the center lane of I-84 westbound near Lloyd Boulevard, bringing it down to 1 lane. So it is going to be a mess. And according to ODOT's estimates, if everyone takes their normal morning commute in from the east side, you could see delays up to 3 hours. They're saying that traffic could be backed up as far as Troutdale. I can't even imagine. So the easy detour, like Carly mentioned, is take I-405 around town and then over the Fremont Bridge to get back onto I-5 northbound. So if we've learned anything over the past couple of weeks, these closures can affect your trip, even if you're not traveling on the roads. So your best bet is to plan ahead, build some extra travel time for your commute, and know any other things that you can do, which is, taking public transit. So this has been the look that we've been, seeing for the past half hour or more. And I-84 is something that you're absolutely going to want to avoid if you're heading out the door. So we'll keep you posted. Reporting live, Elise Haas, KOIN 6 News.
Yeah, Elise, that is just amazing, because if you say you're hearing that backups go all the way back out to Troutdale, that's like 18 miles.
That's crazy.
That's an 18-mile backup.
Yeah.
Yeah, unbelievable. All right, thanks, Elise.
Best of luck to you. Hopefully she enjoys the bumper stickers she's probably getting to read a lot of. Hey, stay with KOIN 6 as we continue to cover this summer of construction across the metro area. Make sure to download the KOIN 6 News app and sign up for push alerts so you can get the latest on traffic, weather, and news on the go.
Well, with all the traffic troubles we've had, we have barely talked about the heat, but we're still in the middle of this heat wave. Right?
That's right, and we're going to see temperatures again rising back towards the mid-90s, but already a beautiful start out there this morning. The sunrise staring right at the sun, this camera, out towards Western Oregon University, and a beautiful start. We're seeing clear skies out there, and today expecting sunshine back in the mix. Here's our weather headlines, looking at a very warm weekend ahead for us. We'll see those temperatures even climbing. That's more than we've seen this entire week. A heat advisory through today that does expire, but I expect they'll bring that back this weekend with that heat on the way. And we're still watching our air quality levels are at good levels right now across the Portland metro and much of the state. Really down south towards Medford, Oregon, and Klamath Falls is where those wildfires are contributing more smoke to the sky. So pretty hazy and unhealthy levels of air quality down that way. Quick check of our current temperatures, seeing them now in the mid-60s for much of the region, the upper 50s out for some areas. 57 degrees now at McMinnville, Salem at 61, Albany down there 59 degrees. A quick check of our weekend outlook. Temperatures warming up again by Saturday in the mid-90s and Sunday the upper 90s and possibly flirting with the triple digits.
Thank you very much. Check out this video of a truck fire earlier this morning. Carly told you about this. This happened around 4:30 at I-205 in the Gateway District. There were huge flames coming out of the cab of the truck. The fire is out now. We are still working to learn if the driver was able to get out safely, and when we learn more, we will pass it along to you. But as Carly mentioned, this has caused some delays even now as people clean up the truck fire. We're also learning more about the events leading up to the deadly police shooting in Seaside. KOIN 6 spoke with a man who says the person shot by police saved his life right before the shooting. Rick Derby says that Cassius Case saved his life during a dog attack on Monday. He says he was being mauled by 3 dogs before police arrived. Now, this all happened at the Seasider RV Park off of Highway 101. Derby has a number of injuries to his face, his legs, his arm, and the groin.
Mauled me. That's mauled me. I made it to the gate, and they put me in the corner between the gate and the trailer right there, and I couldn't get away. I stand up best I could. I stand up, and Dino comes across and grabs me by my clothes and drags me out the gate. And I'm still trying to bite me. He takes me and throws me, manhandles me up on the truck.
Derby is calling Case a hero. Investigators say that Case confronted officers with 2 guns and refused to put them down, and that's when the officers opened fire. Case did have multiple felony convictions and was not legally allowed to possess guns. The officers involved in the deadly shooting are on standard leave.
Well, Portland City taxpayers and TriMet will be footing the bill for the cleanup of the Occupy Ice Camp. And a work crew spent the day yesterday filling up truckloads of trash that included furniture, cooking equipment, even a piano. Portland Police Chief Danielle Outlaw also said yesterday the camp was filled with human waste. The Willamette Trolley's business was also impacted after protesters blocked the tracks.
They do a number of tours and have other services, and they say their ridership is down because of the protests.
Well, the trolley is expected to resume normal service tomorrow after a track inspection. There's now a fence up while crews continue to clean up and repair the tracks.
We have new details about a woman who disappeared and was dramatically rescued by the Coast Guard off the side of a cliff. That woman, Heather Mounts, is now charged with 96 felonies in Polk County. Mounts was missing for 4 days last August. Her car was found off Highway 101 near Florence. Her husband at the time found her on the cliff. Mounts is now accused of identity theft and stealing tens of thousands of dollars from Dallas Retirement Village. Mounts' attorney says she will be entering a not guilty plea in her first court appearance scheduled for next month.
It is 6:09 and e-scooters are coming to Portland. The city issued permits to 2 companies this week to participate in a 4-month pilot project. And soon you'll start seeing up to 2,500 e-scooters by those companies called Skip and Bird. You can rent a scooter through an app and then ride it in bike lanes around the city. You do have to wear a helmet and stay off sidewalks and out of city parks, and you're required to park your scooter on the sidewalk next to the curb when you're done.
Washington, D.C., the first city we launched in, we haven't seen any complaints or issues with parking through the district there. Some of that is due to things like rider education through our app, and some of it is due to technology in our scooters, like the ability to detect when the scooter falls over and respond to that.
Well, and happening today, the other company granted a permit, Bird, will be at Pioneer Courthouse Square from 10 to 1. They'll be giving away free bike swag and helmets.
All right, let's toss it right over to Carly Kennelly right now. What's the update on all these traffic messes that we have?
Well, everything remains the same. Lots of closures in place because of a person threatening to jump from the I-84 westbound ramp to I-5 southbound. Because of that, there are a number of closures. So let's get right to it. You can see the backup on I-5 southbound because I-5 southbound is closed, and so is I-5 northbound. I-5 is closed in both directions between the Fremont and the Markham bridges. On top of that, I-84 westbound is closed completely before I-5. And it really is leading to just a huge mess there. Traffic is backed up, sitting still all the way back to I-205. I know there are some desperate drivers out there trying to get off the freeway. We actually have News Chopper 6 over this backup, so let's see how things are looking. Right now they're over the I-84 I-5 interchange, zoomed in there to where traffic is completely shut down on I-84 westbound right before the I-5 southbound ramp. Now, if you remember, this was the detour that was in place for the closure of the I-84 westbound ramp to I-5 northbound. The reason I-84 westbound is completely blocked off and not going anywhere is because we have construction on the ramp to I-5 northbound from I-84, and then we have the closure of the I-5 southbound ramp from I-84 due to the person threatening to jump. So that police activity has everything closed off, and it's been this way for well over an hour, causing a big mess there at that interchange. Let's take a look. You can see I-84 westbound at a complete standstill. This is a spot where I've seen some drivers turn around and head the wrong way on the shoulder just to head to the exit behind them and try to get off the freeway. There's I-5. Traffic hasn't been on this part of the freeway for a while now, since I-5 is closed in both directions between the Fremont and Markham bridges. On top of that, we have a truck fire that has traffic down to just the far left lane on I-84 eastbound at Halsey. So traffic is slow. Once you get to 82nd, you'll hit some slowing there eastbound on 84 as you approach I-205. So a lot to be aware of this morning. Plan ahead. Try to stay off the freeways around the I-5 I-84 interchange. But if you are headed out to the airport, you can take the Markham Bridge to I-84 eastbound and head east. Kelly?
Well, it's a beautiful morning out for us. There's some good news there. Lots of clear skies and sunshine already popping out. Take a look at the city here. A beautiful view. And we're going to keep it pretty sunny as we head towards the afternoon. Currently outside in Portland in the mid-60s, and today heating up again back towards the mid-90s. We're expecting that heat up through the weekend. So temperatures continuing to stay warm out there for us throughout the afternoons, and warm overnight lows as well. Check now of our satellite and radar. Again, we're dry out there. No rain in the forecast for us. And we're going to keep it sunny today. Not seeing too many clouds out there towards the Portland metro. And again, that marine layer still out hugging the coast. So lots of clouds out towards Astoria and across the beaches that way. Current temperatures now in the mid-60s to upper 50s across the region here and the state. Over in eastern Washington, the mid-50s now, and at the beaches, the low 50s. Quick check of our day planner. We'll see temperatures rising towards the 70s by noontime. Maybe even in the low 80s there by the afternoon, back in the mid-90s. Back to you, Jenny.
All right, thank you, Kelly. It's 6:13, and as the heat wave continues, the risk for new wildfires increases. How easy it is to accidentally start a fire.